let me just start recording. Hey everybody, welcome to the team call. It's Amanda here. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Amanda Huber soon. For those of you that don't know, you will learn that my name is changing in the next soon week or so. I will just put that out there now. I'm going back to my maiden name, so you can start to know me as Amanda Huber. And some of you are looking at me right now that are on this call like, whoa, that's big news. Yes, that's big news. Oh, Lindsay, you're here. Lindsay's here. She's on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm only on. I literally just got home and Owen's going to want to go to bed and I'm carrying stuff in. I'm only on because I want to hear them because I just can't miss it. So I'm going to listen to them and then I'm going to jump off. Thank you, Amanda, so much.
You're fine, but you just missed some big news. My big news was that I'm changing my name back and I'm Amanda Huber now.
Well, you told me when you were there.
And so I'm literally just waiting for my social security card and it's changing. So you can all start to know me as Amanda Huber, and it will change really soon on Facebook and all of my things. So that is something
the original Amanda.
Megan knows me as Amanda Huber, so that's cool. Most of you don't. But anyway, welcome to the team call. I am super excited. So Lindsay literally this morning was like, I'm going to be driving home from Michigan, getting home now. Can you run the team call? I'm going to meet everybody right now. Can you run the team call? And I was like, no joke, I'm not going to lie. First thought, as I'm laying in bed about to take a nap, because I woke up at 7 in the morning, like, why am I awake right now? And then I'm like laying in bed at 10 in the morning, ready to take a nap. And Lindsay's like, can you run this team call? I'm like, really? If I get a few naps in, maybe, yes. And then I was like, no, yes. I will run this team call. It will be fine. Not a big deal. I can do this. My day will be fine, and it will work out. So I took a couple-hour nap. I went and dropped my metal off to get engraved, and I went out to lunch with some of the girls that I trained with all summer. And then I went for a couple drinks with my best friend, and here I am. So there you go. That's what you got tonight. But she was like, wait, I have Kayla and Katie. They're both going to speak for like 10 minutes each. And then you can do whatever you want. So at first I was like, I'll do like a Q&A session. And then Megan was like, actually somebody else, I don't remember who it was. Kayla? No?
What?
Angela. That was it. Angela Delani, if that's how you say it, asked about newsletters in the group page. And then Megan was like, can you talk about newsletters? So I will talk really quick about what I do with newsletters and what Lindsay does with newsletters, because we both do things a little bit differently. And then if we have time for question and answer, if you have any burning questions that's going through your head, we can definitely do that. But a couple shout outs. Number one, Lindsay, do you want to do it? Since you're here? I don't know. She's looking at the camera. I assume she's here. I don't know. Yes? No? Nod to me? Lindsay, do you want to do shout outs or do you want me to do it?
Who were you looking for? I'm sorry.
Did you want to do shout outs or do you want me to just do it? Since you're here.
You can do it.
Okay. Well, because I have to shout myself out.
I know, and it's going to be so fun.
Okay, so first shout out is to Brandy for being coach of the week and being awesome and putting herself out there. And, Lindsay's been choosing people who are up and coming leaders in the group and really just trying to help out the group and sharing. Brandy has been seriously, she learns a lot. I feel like she and I are similar in the ways that we learn things in our everyday full-time jobs and are able to bring them to the coaching business. And I feel like Brandy's really good at that. She was at a conference, I don't know if it was at a conference or a meeting at work or something, and she was like, this really relates to the coaching business. I'm going to bring this to coaching and like relate it to what we do. And I feel like I find that a lot in my full-time job, or vice versa. I take what I learn in coaching and try and bring it to my full-time job. So if any of you do work a full-time job outside of coaching, I know we have various, some of us just coach full-time at home and raise a family. Obviously, that's another full-time job that I don't know about, but many of you do. I know that is a big job in itself. But outside of the home work, try and bring that positivity from our coaching business to work. I try and do that every single day. And then vice versa, things that you learn from work, like conferences that you go to and things that you do at work, bring them to the coaching business and share them with all of us. So I think, Brandy does a really good job at that. So thank you, Brandy. You've done an awesome job this week. I don't know who the upcoming coach is this week, but maybe Lindsay will, I assume she will be announcing that soon.
I didn't choose one for this week because I thought I needed a week break and then so it's more exciting and rare.
All right, awesome. So we'll have a week break and then we will be back with somebody new. And then Lindsay also made me shout out myself for basically what I already said was that, that I ran a marathon yesterday and that I stepped it up. And even though I'm sure she probably felt that like, she probably does not want to do this tonight. But I stepped it up and took it on anyways and was like, okay, I can do this. I will do this. I need to do this. And I need to be with you guys, and you are who gets me through, because I feel like this whole like weekend, I've been like laser focused on marathon. No offense to my business or any of you, but like, if Megan knows, she's ran a marathon, so like you just get laser focused and like, nothing else matters, or it's hard to think of anything else. So it's even been hard to check in with my challenge groups or check in with any of you. So I'm sorry if I have been a little bit out. I haven't even been really posting on Facebook this weekend. It's just you just get in this mode, and it's like even after the marathon yesterday, normally I'd be like, I ran a marathon, yay, cheer, whatever. And I was just like, I didn't even do that. Like I didn't post like my marathon post, quote unquote, until this like late this morning, because I was just like, whatever, I'll get it to it when I get to it. So I just got in this like mode of disconnected and just pure laser focus on the marathon. So, but I'm glad and I'm happy that Lindsay asked me this morning to take on this call. And I'm excited that we have Katie and Kayla. Kayla is one who, like Lindsay, I think gave her a shout out this week, who, she's kind of quiet behind the scenes. I recently said to Lindsay, like, whoa, Kayla just came out of nowhere. Like, she's back. She was there. And I remember when you were pregnant, Kayla. And then, like, yeah. And now, how old's the baby?
You can hear me, right?
A year and a half?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, good. He is 16 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even, oh my gosh.
I know, crazy. Like, I remember when we were pregnant, like, we were in group, like, I was a newer coach, and we were, yeah.
Yeah, I can't really do, I don't want to say I can't do a lot of calls, but I'm with him alone a lot, and he is a maniac. He's running around screaming half the time, so I'm like, okay.
But if you get on the calls, you probably see on the recordings that there are many kids running around screaming.
Yeah.
So jump on them more often, but we're super excited to have you here. And then Katie is also, she and I were the first ones on the call tonight. She's like, I'm nervous. I'm like, stop it. You'll be awesome. So don't be nervous. It's fun. I love you. You guys are going to rock it. So I don't know who should go first. Should I just, I'm just going to pick on Kayla and she's going to go first. So Kayla's just going to talk a little bit, I think, about like what things have changed and what, things that have finally just aha moments in her business recently.
Yeah, pretty much when things started changing is when I actually did things right. I started tracking who I was talking to, just like the accountability part, just like when we work out and, everything else, I was tracking who I was talking to and actually writing it down, and then remembering, oh yeah, that's who I talked to. That's who I need to follow up with, because otherwise you don't, you cannot remember everything in your brain. And also personal development does help. There was a few parts of some books that really stick in my mind every day. Like, the small, consistent steps each day equal out to a huge, like, outcome, like later on, like with whatever it is, a lot of things in life. So even though you feel like you're just doing a little bit each day, everything is all amounting to something really big, like the next month or down the road, even further, or whenever. But also, oh my gosh, what else was I gonna say? Also doing like my consultations, I sucked at them at first. Like, if I went back and read some of them, I would probably die laughing, saying, what am I saying to these people? Like, everything, the invites, and then talking to them about everything, it was terrible. So basically, when I talk to people now, I kind of sounded like Lindsay will post some of her like conversations, and I feel like I talk to people kind of the same way, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it, and they're knowing that I'm excited, instead of me just saying, oh yeah, this is my invite to you, join if you want. It's me like being really excited, because I am, and they can't really see my face, so I have to like make it look like that in text and words. So basically, I'm telling them, I think this would be great for you. It worked for me. It's been great for, this person and that person. If I had some challengers that I could refer to. And I'm just really telling them and recommending exactly what I think would be great for them. And I'm excited about it. And I sound confident instead of being like, well, like not sounding really into it. So they pick up on that excitement more than anything. Like, if someone was trying to tell me about some lip liner or something, I'd probably be like, oh, okay, I'll get it, because you sound so like excited about it. Even though I probably don't need it. But so I don't know. Let me see what else I was gonna say. Sorry, I like just got out of the car from driving like 5 hours. Let's see. Yeah, and also I think everything changed when I was actually sending out conversations to people each day, like personal conversations, just saying, hey, how are you? I saw this on your page. What's this all about? Or just like making conversation with people each day, instead of having a week go by and I haven't talked or connected to anybody. So the more you do that, the more people are like warmed up to you, and they want to talk to you, and they trust you more. And it's as simple as that. Like, when I wasn't talking to anybody, they're not going to talk to me, and they're not going to want anything that I have to offer them. They'd rather probably get it from the next person that has talked to them about whatever, non-Beachbody related. So basically, a lot of things changed when I was actually doing invites every day and talking to people, just having conversations with people every day. And that's pretty much when things changed. But yeah, another thing that I always keep in my mind is that it's like a numbers game. You send out, like Lindsay always says, you send out how many, invites and do consultations, and eventually somebody after that 9th or 8th person or whatever is going to buy, or they're going to want in, or whatever it is, so you just have to keep doing it, and that person is going to join and buy. Even if it takes 10 people or 12 invites, that 12th person might be the one who's going to be like your girl. So I think that's pretty much the main things that I try to keep in my mind.
Yeah. I think a lot of things that I heard throughout that was, one, consistency is, you've got finally into a role, like into the role of like, I need to track every day, and I need to be consistent, and I need to be talking to people and reaching out to people and inviting people and getting consistent with that. So like, consistency is key. And I know for myself, even like I am not consistent all the time. And when I am consistent, I can feel that momentum building. So like, it's so true. Like if you are consistent with inviting and connecting and adding to your network, you're going to feel that momentum. You're going to have consistency with people joining your challenge groups or joining the business opportunity. So just even if it's not like my thing recently, you know, because I use Teamsy, and Teamsy will tell me to connect with like 12 people a day. My thing recently is like at least connect with 4, at least add 4, at least invite 4, at least do something. If you can do 4, the daily 4, at least you're doing something, and you're at least being consistent then with doing something every day. It might not be as many as Teamsy tells you to do to be, you know, to be at the goal of whatever, you know, the numbers game, right? But at least you're doing something, and you're reaching out to at least some people. So if you feel like, oh, I don't have any time to do anything today, you have time to literally send a hey girl message to 4 people. You don't have to use hey girl. If you're a hey girl person, use hey girl, use hey Megan, use hey whatever. But send a quick 2-second message to 4 people. You can quickly click add on 4 people, and you can quickly invite 4 people. Like, that's so easy to do. So if anything, you can start consistently do that. And then the other thing that I wanted to connect with on Kayla's message was the confidence. You find that I that just connected with me when you said, I just finally felt confident in how I was talking with people. Because you have to just be real, and you have to be yourself. And it's just like, you are excited. Like, show them your excitement. Like, and did you guys know you can like go like video live with Facebook messages now? I don't think it's live, but there's like the video option on Facebook messages.
Oh, I think I saw
Apparently, there is. So I haven't done it yet, but there is a thing that you just put video, and then you can videotape. They've always had the audio thing, which I thought was kind of like, okay, audio's fine, you can do that. But I thought maybe video. That's kind of weird too, but maybe. I don't know. So that's an option. Check it out, maybe. You know, maybe people would be like, oh, hey, that's like, you know, whatever. So just thought, but just a thought. You wanna share that? But thank you, Kayla. That was awesome. And seriously, consistency and confidence are 2 huge things in this business that really help just build momentum and build your business and build your own, like, just personal development and just business. So thank you very much for sharing.
Yeah.
I am going to go to unmute Katie and have Katie talk.
Okay. I'm going to see my pants right now. Okay.
Kayla, if you could mute, I don't think I can mute you.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
There we go. All right, cool.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, I am Katie Johnson. I'm one of Lindsay Gray's personally sponsored coaches. I'm an Emerald coach, and I have been coaching for about 6 months now. I've hit Success Club every month so far, and I have built really awesome challenge groups, but I have 0 working personally sponsored coaches. 0. And Lindsay and I just went through I just went to the Diamond internship with Lindsay a couple weeks ago, and that was kind of one of our focuses. How do I get coaches? How do I get working coaches on my team? And really, it came down to I am in my own way. I kind of like excused it as, oh, this is part of my journey. This is just kind of part of my story. This is how I'm starting out. But, you know, your story has to develop. You have to turn the page and get to the next chapter. And I just wasn't. I was just kind of stagnant. So I think one of my biggest problems was when I first started coaching, I asked a couple of girls if they were interested, like girls that I thought would be perfect. And they both said no. And I was kind of like, okay, well, just deflated. You know, I kind of lost that confidence. And so I just didn't really ask. I just didn't present the opportunity to people. I built challenge groups, and I had a lot of people, you know, I have a lot of challengers and people doing that, but I just had an issue asking people or presenting the opportunity to people, which is really doing a disservice to people, because we know how awesome this opportunity is. We know what this can do for people's lives. We know that this can change people's lives so much. And I wasn't presenting it. So I guess my biggest takeaway from that is that I have to get out of my own way. And I have presented the business opportunity to like 4 to 6 people in the last week and a half or so. And every single one of those people has said, yes, I have thought about coaching. Give me more information. Tell me more about it. I want to know more. Because, yes, it has been on my radar. And I would have never asked them if I hadn't just talked to Lindsay and gotten out of my own way. Let's see. And my other, so just ask is what I'm saying. Just ask. Don't be afraid. Just get out there. Just ask. Just present the opportunity. You owe it to yourself, to your business, and to those people, because they need to hear it. My other point was, so on Thursday, I'm sitting there doing my power hour, Facebook up, Teams up, and I want to pull my hair out because I just felt like I was stuck. Like I didn't know what to say to anybody else. I felt like I was running out of prospects. And of course, right at that moment, Lindsay texted me and was like, hey, do you want to speak on the call on Monday? And I'm like, yeah, she would ask me that right now, as I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. I have a God wink there because it made me think about what I needed to focus on, where I needed to refocus. And that was that. I was focusing so much on, I need to get these success club points. I was focusing more on the numbers and not on the people. I think that it's much more worthwhile to put the focus more on putting a smile on somebody's face for the day, or making someone feel good about themselves, and not just, sending out these generic, hey girl messages, but making their day brighter, making them feel better about themselves, and be honest and leading with your heart. And just making a true connection, and just connecting to connect, and not connecting to make a sale. We're not here to sell things. We're here to make people's lives better. So we focus on that. And I guess what I want to leave you with is, all of us live our lives out loud on social media, right? Where we share our journey, we share everyday things, we share our fitness journey, we share our personal life, and that can be really scary. And especially when you put your heart and soul into a post, you hit send or post or whatever, and then you don't get the response that you thought you were going to get. And sometimes that can be really hurtful, and that can be really hard to take, because you're pouring yourself out there, and then you're like, oh wait, nobody's responding to this. Nobody thinks this is worthwhile. And I know for a lot of people that can be really hard to take. And I've been reading this book called Daring Greatly, and I just wanted to read one little clip because it really kind of hit home to me. By attaching your self-worth to your art or your product or your post, you have become a prisoner of pleasing, performing, and perfecting. Your self-worth is not on the table. You are more than your posts. When we stop attaching our self-worth, what people will think of us, we are far more willing to be courageous, raw, real. We are far more likely to dare greatly. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Katie. And I have read that book, and I love Brene Brown.
Awesome.
She's the author of Daring Greatly. She has many other books as well, and an amazing author, just about really getting out of your comfort zone, literally daring greatly, doing things completely that you never thought you would do, just being you and not caring about what anybody else thinks. And that's really, as coaches, really we have to get to. And that, I feel like that is the hardest part, about getting people to the coaching opportunity. Like that is one of the biggest things that I hear from people is that I could never post on Facebook like you post on Facebook. I don't want to put myself out there. I don't want people to, you know, to look at me or think of me as this person, or like, why would anybody want to follow me? Why, you know, like I don't have anything to offer. Like it's because they just truly they don't believe that they have something to offer. They're too afraid of the close people to them that might judge them rather than the millions of other people who may be inspired by them. Because I have said at time and time again, I've been in this business almost 3 years, and my closest friends and family have not joined me on this journey and truly don't understand what I do. Like I don't know any of you. I know Megan and Lindsay in person, and I met Bree in person. I don't know any of you in person. You're not like, you know, like you're not my people in person. You're my people though. You're my people more than those people now. Like, and I don't think people truly understand or believe that they can have a tribe outside of their tribe, and like that they think that is their, you know, that they're close friends and family. And like, it's sad to me because I'm like, you don't know how many people that you can truly inspire outside of that, your crew, right? That you think from high school or college or family or whoever, who, because they're so close to you, I think many times they see you in one way, and that's the only way they can see you. And they can't see you growing and see you in another way. It's sad sometimes. It makes me mad sometimes, like, because I have a great group of girlfriends who they're definitely fitness related, and like we run races together. We're definitely, you know, we are all health and fitness conscious. But they don't quite understand my journey. But like, I think that's where a lot of people struggle, is because they just see that and they don't see the rest of the people in their world, or that they have not even met yet, that they could be touching. And so we just have to continue to like think of those people. And when you're posting on Facebook and you're like, I don't know if this is going to get any likes, and when it doesn't get any response, you're like, okay, well, all right, well, that one didn't, but that's okay, because the next one will, and, you know, it's okay. Like, you just have to keep going and dare greatly and get out of your comfort zone and just keep pushing and keep remembering those people who you will touch. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next week. It may be a year from now. You know, there's stories of people who have followed coaches for 2 years, and then they finally hit a breaking point that they're like, I need help. I've been following you for 2 years. I need your help. I need you to reach out. You know, I need your mentorship. I need your whatever. So just keep remembering those people, and not the ones that might be judging you, that might be thinking whatever, that not understanding you. You know, it sucks sometimes. I get it, guys. But it will. Just keep going. Just keep pushing and keep thinking of those that need our inspiration, that need us to keep sharing. Because I get those messages. Like, I've gotten so many messages over the last 24 hours. Like, you're such an inspiration. I can't imagine doing a marathon. And like, I don't think that like of myself. Like, I trained with a new running group this summer, and the majority of them were first-time marathoners. And like, I mentor them and I help them through it, and I don't always feel the reward. And like they were like, all of them were like, thank you so much. I couldn't have done this without you. Like, you got us through this. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. You pushed us all summer. And I'm like, really? I did that? You know, so you're always hardest on yourself. I know I'm extremely hard on myself, and I don't take credit for what I do. Like, I don't see it in myself many times. But if you can, take it and like take a second, reflect, and make sure that you do give yourself credit, because you all are awesome, and just keep up what you're doing. So thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Katie. That was awesome. One more quick thing that I did want to talk about was newsletters. So once you start to build a customer base, whether you're, again, I'm trying to see. What was it, Katie? Let's just really quick answer Audrey's question. What was it Katie started saying to prospects to invite to the business? So over the last like week and a half, when you started inviting, what have you been saying?
I just started inviting. Like, I honestly wasn't even inviting before, because I got shot down the first like 2 invites, and then I just didn't go back to it. I don't know. I just lost my confidence, because I'm very confident in the programs and in the Shakeology. Like, I'm all about talking about that and getting people into challenge groups, but it was the business aspect of it that I guess didn't have any confidence in. And I literally just started saying, you know, hey, I've noticed that you've really stepped up your game in the challenge group, or you're just a natural leader. Have you ever considered coaching? You know, I mean, it's different for every person that I talk to, but that's basically it.
Yeah. So they're challengers in your group that you've noticed some leadership with.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That you're just saying, hey, have you ever considered the coaching opportunity and doing what I do?
Exactly. Yep.
Have you ever considered as like something that I would have never probably used that terminology unless I learned that through different videos and things. But it makes it seem like it's not like, do you want to join me in this? But like, have you ever thought of this? Like, I think you might be really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it puts it on them, like, and takes it off of you. It's really cool.
And I'm like, I don't want you to, feel weird about this or feel like you're obligated. And, this is just purely, I think that you'd be awesome at it. And I just wanted to share it with you if you're interested. If not, no big deal. Don't make it a big thing.
Yeah, exactly. Does that help, Audrey? Awesome. All right, so newsletters. So once you start to build a customer base, even if it's 10 people, I can't remember when I actually started sending my newsletter. It's been a while now. It's been probably a couple of years. I'll be honest, my assistant sends it, and it hasn't gone out for October yet. but she basically, I use MailChimp, which I'll explain what that is in a second. Lindsay emails straight through our Beachbody email contact list. You can just pull up your Beachbody email, say, I want to message all of my email contacts from Beachbody, from my contact list, and she does just a regular generic email. Not generic, it's customized to whatever she wants it to say through Beachbody. I use MailChimp, which there's pluses and minuses to MailChimp, I would say. So MailChimp is a free service. If you've ever heard of Constant Contact, similar to that, MailChimp, Constant Contact are both similar platforms. They're both used by like businesses that need to send like marketing, businesses that need to market to people. It's basically an email service. You can collect. There's a lot of things that you can do on MailChimp. One of those being you can collect contacts as well. So you could create like a form in there that collects contact information. I don't use that feature. I just use the mail feature. So every couple months, my assistant will update my contact list in MailChimp. And then we have a custom template. So I did pull it up while we were talking here, so I can share my screen and show you my template. So I created like a cover photo. So I guess the like plus side to MailChimp is you can make it be a little bit more quote unquote professional, because you can put like a little cover photo in there. You can easily add different photos and videos and all kinds of things like in your, right there in your email. I just have a cover photo, and then it's basically I'll share like what are the specials of the month. My assistant's really good at just wording things like the Burr months have started. This was all her. Thank you, Courtney. You're a rock star. September, October, you get the idea. Along with that comes new routine. Kids are back in school, blah, 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 blah. And then we generally talk about like if there's a new workout coming out, or she asked me like, what are things that you want to talk about in the newsletter? So like for October, we'll talk about Core to Force that's coming out for the next month. For September, we were talking about Country Heat. We were talking about the Health Bet. I share the monthly specials. I always just have like this general challenge groups little blurb, because I always start a new challenge group on the first of the month. Contact me if you'd like to be in for the next month, etc. And then I always share some sort of recipe. So there's a 21-day fix Mexican lasagna in here. And then just I sign off with loving life. That's my favorite sign off. So it's pretty, just getting the specials out there, getting them thinking. Hopefully they read it, whatever. One thing is I think if you use Gmail, you know how it breaks it into groups now? I think my email gets into the promo group, which I think sometimes might get missed, because I know sometimes I skip over promo emails, which that could be a downside of using MailChimp. I don't know if I just did it through the Beachbody email, if it just goes into the regular email. I think it probably does. I think Lindsay's comes into my regular email. So that's a possibility. But I did want to for how I learned how to use MailChimp. So I'm a really good one at just using the help screen on like every freaking website that I ever use. But it shows you exactly what you're trying to learn how to do. But basically you load your contacts in here. And when you first sign up, it basically walks you through that. But you load your contacts in, and then you can create different groups, and then you create a campaign. So I create a campaign for each newsletter, and then it asks you what group you want to send it to, like when you're ready to send it. And we just have a newsletter template that is used for each month. And it's just that cover photo, and then the rest of it is added to it. So we've changed it a couple times. So this was the original cover photo. You can see it's kind of a little bit different here. And I updated it to be a little cleaner. You can have different lists too. The lists are your contact lists. So you can, maybe you have a coaches list that you just want to have your coaches on a list. You have all your customers. Maybe you have your customers, your 21-day fixed customers you can pull from Beachbody and send just something to them. Maybe you're promoting something just directly to them. So you can just pull in all kinds of different lists here, and you just create lists. And then you explain what it is, blah, blah, blah. And it's really pretty simple. If you have any questions, I'm the go-to tech girl in the team, so I can certainly help you. But those help little videos, they have videos and things that definitely help you through it as well. But just like the general information that you want in a newsletter is basically send it monthly. People love new recipes. People love, just tell them what you have coming up that month. If it's challenge groups. You can even add in, we have a 5-day sneak peek. We have a free clean eating group. We have, all the different things. If we're offering a business opportunity webinar or anything that we're offering as a team, like add those in there. Because you never know who's going to read it out of your customers and like pique their interest. Like you may not have gotten to invite them to the business opportunity yet, but maybe they see something that piques their interest and they might reach out. So you really never know who you're going to hit at the right time. So I would just, consider that, and then share the specials for the month. That's definitely something. And then, sometimes I'll add an extra email. So I definitely send the newsletter email. And then maybe once in a while I might send another, if I have a special group coming up or the business opportunity webinar or something like that, I might just shoot off a quick other little email to everybody promoting something that is more than just the newsletter. So hopefully that helps a little bit. So again, you can either just go through Beachbody. Your contacts are right there. Maybe I should show that in case people don't know how to do that. Do I have? Give me a second. Give me a second to log in. My internet's not very quick, but it should be able to get there. Oh, I want to eat that chicken, sweet potato, and apple recipe, though, by the way. I don't know if anybody else is interested in that one. And check out that guy's results. Good job, buddy. Almost there. Okay, so when you're in your back office, all right, you can go to my desk, my email, and compose. You then can choose a list. So all customers, it automatically pulls everybody right in, and you just send off your email. And that all customers includes any of your coaches as well. So it includes anybody and everybody that's ever been in your customer list. So that's one quick, easy way. So you don't have to export your contacts. So for MailChimp, you would have to export your contacts from Beachbody and import them into MailChimp. I just like, the reason I use MailChimp is because I like having this cute little cover photo. I feel like it's a little bit catches people's attention a little bit more than just a general email. And I didn't feel like I could make it look as cute. Maybe you can do that in here. Maybe you could add a picture at the top of it. You probably could, possibly. So just a couple options for you for sending newsletters. I know Carly has a really good one. I feel like maybe she shared the template. If not, Carly, if you're watching this, can you share your newsletter template with the team? That would be awesome. So I'm going to unmute and see if anybody has any questions about anything. Can you import lists from Beachbody? Yeah, so you would export it from Beachbody and then import it into MailChimp.
Have you gotten
I don't get
customers from Beachbody responding?
I don't get a lot of response from it, no.
Okay.
Honestly. And those that I do are like people that I do know. Unfortunately, like just with free customers or, any of our free customers, it's really hard to connect with them. I know some people have had some good luck with a couple. I wish there was like just a better way to connect with those customers. I have so many free customers that I just don't know, that I'm not can't connect with. And I don't know, does the email like get in spam? Does it get blocked? Does it get in that promo folder, like I said, and people just ignore it? I don't know. That's the rough part, right? So, but like I said, we have to just keep pushing, like I have this at work too, because I lead all the professional development at work, and people don't sign up to take the classes. And I'm like, okay, but I'm doing my job. My job is to offer the opportunity for them to learn more. If they don't take up the opportunity, that's not my problem. I'm doing my job. So as coaches, we have to do our job to continue to try and inspire and motivate others to live a healthy and happy lifestyle. And when they're ready, they will be ready, but we can't make them ready. We can only inspire and hope that someday they will take a chance on themselves and be ready to change their lives, right? So we can just continue to do what we do and help them as much as we can until they are totally ready. Any other questions about newsletters or anything else before we end the call tonight?
How did you get the your picture with Autumn down at the bottom with your name and your I'm guessing rank? I didn't see all of it real close, but
here. Where did I do that? Good question.
It's been so long ago.
Yeah, it was so long ago that there's somewhere. I bet it's in
the reason why I'm asking is because I have a veterans group that all of my challengers feed into after their first couple of groups with me, and it has just gone dead. Like posting it. It looks like a daily journal from me. And I'm wondering now if I just need to close that group, contact via newsletter each month, right, and move to that. If they want to join a group and go on to Challenge Tracker, because this is an old Facebook group.
Mine's the same way. I have a veterans group that we post in, I post in there twice a week, like a motivation, maybe 3 times. Motivation Wednesday or Motivation Monday, like a recipe Wednesday and something Friday. But no, it's nothing. You're right. It's ghost town over there. Once in a while I'll post in hey, or every month I'll be like, hey, group's starting next month. Maybe I'll get one person that's like, oh, hey, I want to join again. But I think just Facebook, you get so many notifications. Like Lindsay and I talked about last week on the call, if we're not tagged in the post, it's hard to keep up. And I'm sure you guys all feel the same way sometimes in all the groups that we're in. So I wouldn't doubt, especially with no offense to all of the other network marketing companies that just add anybody and everybody to their groups. But unfortunately, they may just see our groups as that right now, which sucks because there's nothing we can do about that. It's not that though. And that's what's hard. Maybe that's something that we can think about and brainstorm. How can we make it different? Because we aren't doing that. We aren't just adding anybody and everybody to our groups like LuLaRoe and all of the others, which I like and it's fine. But I do ignore them. I don't go in and look at those groups. It's really easy to just ignore those posts and not go into those groups and see them. And it doesn't come across my newsfeed all the time either. So unfortunately, it might be that our alumni groups, for example, if they're not fully invested in a group, they're just ignoring it. It's like I ignore a LuLaRoe group that I get added to every day. Because I have LuLaRoe pants on right now. I don't deny that I love them and I would spend a lot of money if I did it every day. But it is frustrating getting added to a group that you weren't invited to, So I think it's unfortunately might be hurting some of I don't think it's hurting our true support and accountability groups that we've truly invited people to, but even our free groups, I don't know that people would fully invest in a free group anymore unless again they were fully invited to it. You've been talking to them, they're invested in truly making a change, because it's just like any other group these days, which is kind of annoying. I'm sorry, just gonna say it. But to your question, I found where I added it. So under my desk, my email, if you go to settings,
Okay.
you'll get to this screen, and this is where you can add your signature text. And then signature image. So that's where my image is. So you can add the signature text, so that will always be there. Type that in, and then you can add an image that'll show up at the bottom as well.
Cool. Okay. Thank you.
And then you can also you can have like your email forwarded to like your regular email. If you don't generally come in and check your Beachbody email, this is where you have all of your email forwarded to another email address as well. So it'll still come here, but it'll also go into, so I have an email. So if somebody did email my Beachbody email, which nobody really does, it would go to my Amanda Lynn Fit email.
So it was my business email.
My email, and then settings.
My email settings. Okay. I have MailChimp. My desk. I have MailChimp. I got it when all the blogging stuff was happening last winter, but I haven't used it. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to start that. I mean, it's just like everything. I've got 12 different things going on. I can't keep up with any of them.
It might be easy to stick in Beachbody.
What?
It might be easy to just stick with the Beachbody email.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking because they're all already there.
Right. You don't have to worry about every month exporting and importing. That's one thing that like is annoying with it.
Yeah. New coaches, if this doesn't seem like relevant to you right now, if you're like, I don't even have a team, like I don't have anybody to talk to, like don't think that way. Start doing a newsletter now so it doesn't seem overwhelming at this point. I'm almost 2 years into the business and I wish I would have started a while ago. You have something to share with your customers, whether you have 10 customers or 1,000 customers, you have something to share with them. Whether you have a really active veterans group or if you don't, this is still just another way to connect to people if they're not seeing your posts on Facebook or whatever. Maybe they are email readers. So I don't want to add another thing to your plate, but this is something that could be done fairly easily. I say that and I need to get it done. I need to do it.
You're probably saying that because you do need to get it done and you're like, okay. If I tell them to do it, I have to do it.
This is more of a pep talk to myself. I'm talking to myself. I'm saying it to new coaches. I'm saying it to myself.
Yeah.
So Amanda, I have a question for you. Who's on your list, your email list, that you could ask to check their email and see where it's going? Like, especially if they have Gmail, because I know my Gmail divides mine up.
Yeah.
Mine goes to Yahoo, Amanda, so I can't answer that.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I have a few that I could ask. I will ask. I'll have to look. Because I mean, because it goes to my coaches too. So so I could easily ask any of them. Sorry, I just had to plug in my computer, so I had to switch on. But yeah, I could easily ask any of my coaches that have Gmail or or if it's in. Does it go to your regular? It doesn't go into spam, does it, Megan?
No, it comes to my inbox. Okay. Yeah. And I don't think I said anything special.
Yes. Does it say Amanda Lynn Fit or Amanda Walsh? Do you know? That's my other thing. Like, should I change it so it says Amanda Huber and not?
Fit? I was searching for it because Krista was asking me about newsletters, and I sent her Carly's because Carly's comes to me too. Yeah. But I couldn't find yours, and I want to say it's Amanda Walsh.
Okay.
That's what I want to say, or A Walsh.
Okay.
So I could be wrong, but I want to say that's where it's coming from.
Yeah. And I think in MailChimp I can customize that. So if it did say like Amanda Lynn Fit, I can change it to say like who it's coming from. But and then Beachbody is going to come from. I think if it comes from Beachbody, it just comes. But that was what I was worried about, was because it's coming from at beachbodycoach.com. Is that getting tagged as like something? I think that was another reason why I went to MailChimp. I don't know. But Lindsay's I get in my regular inbox. I do know that. And she sends it through. So.
And what do you use? No, I mean, what's your mail? Gmail or Yahoo?
Email. And it comes to my regular email, or like comes to my regular inbox.
Right. What are you doing?
Any other questions, everybody? No? All right, well, thank you. It is October 10th, 10/10. Woohoo! I can't believe it's October #1. And this is like a really good time of year, by the way. So start talking to people if you're not talking to people that right now, because October really is, I've always felt like, I don't know why, like people are like, ooh, holidays are coming up, summer's over, I need to like get back into things. I even just think like, I know one of my friends who ran the marathon a couple years ago always like follows me around marathon time, and I think she's been in groups with me before. And the same time last year, she was like, I need to get back into it, because she sees like all of her friends running marathons again. And she was like, I need to get my lazy butt off the couch and do something. So like, it's just that season. It's just the weather's like perfect weather to like just start doing something. And you're not, kids are like back into a routine at school. You're back into like, okay, life's getting back to normal again if you have kids, and you're just kind of getting it back into a routine. So I think it's a good time of year for people to start adding something back into their schedule, back into their routine. So definitely be inviting, reaching out to people, and so I'm excited for the rest of the year. We've got 3 months left till the end of the year, which seems crazy, but I can see big things happening for this team. It's not too late to do big things, to make big changes, and to grow your business and grow this team to help even more people than we already are. So I'm proud of all of you for everything that you do, and thank you for everything that you do. I'm going to sign off and go to sleep. And I was telling all the newbies, the new marathon runners, like, tomorrow's going to be worse. And they're like, what? I was like, sorry, but tomorrow's going to be worse. You're going to be more sore tomorrow. So I'm walking really bad today. Tomorrow's going to be worse, but I'm going to work out tomorrow. My plan is to get up and work out in the morning. So, because it actually feels better to move. So I just told you all that, so I better do it. I think I'm going to do Les Mills Combat. My plan is to do Les Mills. I don't think. My plan is to do Les Mills Combat leading up to Core de Force. Anybody want to do it with me? I'm only going to do 3 weeks of the 8-week program. It's not on demand. You have to buy it, and they don't even sell it anymore. But I just happen to have it. But I think it'll be fun to do because it's kind of the same sort of kickboxing workout as Core de Force, which, by the way, did anybody do that workout last Monday and like your entire upper body was sore for days? I was dying. It was awesome. I loved it. I'm so excited. Wait, is it tomorrow? When is there another preview day? There's got to be one coming up. Hopefully it's soon. But anyways, get excited for Core de Force because it's going to be awesome. I know we have that group invite, so start inviting to that too. Start posting in there too. So like if we do have another preview day, video yourself, invite, and post in that group event, because that would be a fun with it. I think we want to do like a whole group if we can. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, happy October. I'll see you guys soon. And thanks for jumping on the call. And if you did not, thanks for listening to the recording. Night.
Bye.
Bye.